Good night, good night, good night. This is the MSC Mission for Christ, and we are on a mission, and our mission is to win. Blessed be the name of the Lord. The word of God said in the book of First John chapter 3, verse 2 to 5 to 4 said, Beloved, I wish above all things that your soul prospereth and be in good health. For I rejoiced greatly when the brethren came and testify of the truth that is within thee, even as thy soul prospereth. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walking in truth. This is the word of the living God. Pleasant good evening to you all again, all viewers, Facebook, YouTube, all the members of the MSC Mission for Christ, families and friends. Greetings to you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Yes, people of God, you are about to hear the voice of our health care worker, Sister Donette Matthew, with spiritual first aid for body, soul, and spirit. Good night, Sister Donette. You're now live. The floor is now yours.
Good evening, all. Right as you told, my name is Donette Matthews. I've done many studies from health nursing, healthcare, social care, quite a few things over the years. One of the person that I like to follow was we call him Dr. Zebi. Dr. Zebi was born in Honduras. He didn't have any formal training as a doctor per se, but he used a lot of the recipes that he inherited from his grandmother, who used a lot of natural home basic recipes, which also a lot of these home based recipes are mentioned in the Bible and is something that we probably now in what we are going through should be looking at and studying. So yes, he believed in an alkaline body to get rid of certain mucus and things that was causing inflammation in the body. Things like inflammation, it goes to attack arthritis, any pain like that that you're having, knee pain, joint pain, all under the heading of inflammation. And this was what he was trying to achieve. He had many criticism, many scholars. Obviously, he was doing brilliant work trying to bring him down in that process. But at one stage, he said he was finding cure for cancer, AIDS, and various ailments, and they mocked him. In fact, he was taken to court where he was told to bring certain amount of people, and he brought over the amount with doctor's certificate saying what they were actually suffering from. Sorry, and the type of cancer that they had, because they wanted to obviously prove him wrong. Now, every health program that I've been watching is constantly talking about alkaline in the body. So it's funny when he brought it up, it wasn't good. So we have to think, what was the reason behind that? Of course, he was a black doctor and he was well ahead of his time. And now all these new doctors are coming out with the same theory about the alkalining of our body. Well, we're going to start with eating a well-balanced diet and exercising on a regular basis is essential to good health, including more alkaline foods in your diet. Increase the alkaline content in the blood, which decreases the acid contents. A more alkaline blood pH help protect healthy cells and balance essential mineral level. Alkaline diets protect bone density And as you know, when we get older, the bone density decreases. And that's why we then have all these problems with our bone. Of course, you're going to have wear and tear like anything else. You buy a car as it gets older, you're going to have problem with that car eventually. Things are going to be loosened, knobs going here, this bit going, engine. So yes, just like our body, we have to maintain that also. Alkaline diets protect bone density and muscle mass, lowering the risk of chronic pain and inflammation, and improve the immune function. Many high alkaline foods are delicious contribution to our healthy body. Cucumbers are high in alkaline, vegetable that help regulate blood pressure and plays a role in the structure of connective tissue within the body, including muscles. Cucumber also diuretic. That means like water based, just like some people who are on high blood pressure medication have to take diuretic water tablets otherwise. Can ease bloating or swelling. Their antioxidant qualities make the great removing toxin from the body. Cucumbers are also high in B vitamins. Seeded watermelons, because as we're going for more the natural stuff, and the new watermelon that they have out is not grown naturally because all fruits supposed to have their seeds. And the one like the grapes that you can buy home in London, you have grapes now that are seedless. They're not the good quality grapes. Grapes supposed to have pips. And if yeah, I know a lot of people going against the pips, but you're eating something that's natural, not manufactured. Because as you know, a lot of our food now are manufactured, which is not healthy. Seeded watermelon is an excellent alkaline forming food. This melon has high fiber and water content, which lets it flush acid out of the body, which is what we're going after. Because sometimes a lot of people suffer from acid reflux. You're eating something and you can feel the acid right there on your chest. You cannot digest anything properly because of the acid formation in your body, which let acid flow out of the body, incorporating seeded watermelon into the diet. Not only increase fiber intake, but also help balance alkaline contents. Watermelon is rich in vitamin C and beta carotene and contain plenty of iodine, magnesium, and potassium, which helps reduce blood pressure. As you know, with potassium is important for your heart because there's time when my potassium had gone very low, and that's when I knew I had a problem. So I had to be hospitalized in Florida, where I received potassium intravenously, which believe me, it's very painful. It's one I've had some pains, but that's one of the worst pains that I ever had. Being injected with this thing, going the fluid in your arms is terrible. So if we can avoid these things, we should try to. This is just to help you. I'm not a doctor. As I said, I'm a healthcare provider and worker. So these things are things that I had to study. Avocado, again, is very rich. In addition to balancing pH, this creamy fruit contains antioxidant that does wonders for the skin. What I do, I have a lot of, in Jamaica here, I have quite a few avocado trees. And what I usually do is I extract the seed. The seed is also very beneficial as well. Extract this, you can dry the seed and grate it. That is actually very beneficial to your body. And what I used to do was dry it out, squash the avocado, put it on a sheet of paper, put it out in the sun with something covering it, obviously that you don't attract insects. And when the oil, the natural oil come from there, which is very expensive, avocado oil is absolutely very expensive, but you can do your own and leave it outside, and the oil is then extracted from it. Some people put it in the oven and then that way they get the oil extracted also. And that oil is very good for your hair. It's good for your skin. Brilliant. You have a gleam, you end up with this gleaming, beautiful complexion, which is absolutely fantastic. And as I said, it's certain vitamin for your hair as well, which is very good. So it contains do wonder for skin, essential for antioxidant, make avocado a powerful nutrient dense food. They are also high in monosaturated fats, which can help reduce cardiovascular disease and balance blood sugar, and offer plenty of potassium, which reduce blood pressure. Cayenne pepper, another good surprisingly. Cayenne pepper, another surprisingly high alkaline food is cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is one of the most alkalizing food filled with vitamins, inflammatory benefits. The combination make them high for fixing our toxins, getting toxins from our body. So what I usually do with cayenne pepper, I would, in the morning when I get up, I get a lemon, I squeeze that in a cup of hot water. I then add a bit of cayenne pepper to that, and I drink that first thing in the morning. It's actually very, very, very good. Some of the times we have things in our own place, in our own country, and we don't really know the benefit of them because we just think, oh, it's there for us to cook with, which is a natural assumption. That's what we were brought up to do. But now we're going out, we can research more and the benefit of a lot of things that we have here. Homegrown thing that's here naturally. We don't even have to go out and spend any money on a lot of the things that other people have to do. It's like even the pumpkin. When you have the pumpkin, use the seeds, dry them, and you can just parch them with a little bit of salt and pepper, and you crunch on the seeds. The seeds are so beneficial. And when I was in Florida, I usually buy pumpkin seeds. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, here I'm buying pumpkin seed. And when I get to Jamaica, there's always pumpkin there. And we're throwing away the seed, or we either regrow them or whatever. Well, there's other benefits, like drying them out. And as I said, dry them out in the sun, and then you can just parch them. A little bit of salt and pepper, that's all you need. And if you don't want the salt, of course, because a lot of people are avoiding salt, which is good, because salt and blood pressure doesn't go well together. But we're not talking about a lot of salt, we're just talking about a little tiny bit for flavor here. And so these are all suggestions what you can try at home yourself. Cayenne pepper aids in digestive and function and has mood boosting properties thanks to its ability to increase endorphin in the body. Bell peppers, we call them here in America, they call them bell pepper. In London, we call it sweet peppers. You know, just those big pepper, they're shaped like a bell, hence the word bell peppers. And enchants any meal, raw, grilled, or roasted. This vegetable is packed with antioxidant again and decrease the risk again of heart problems, diabetic and inflammatory properties. So these are all things that we have at hand and can be used. You don't naturally have to go to the shops to go and buy anything like that. You can do that yourself. Vitamin D deficiency, the painful sign in your lower back, could be a sign of vitamin D deficiency. As you know, vitamin D comes from the sun. In a way, it's good, it's bad, because with our skin, we have a special millennium that protects us from skin cancer and from our skin burning. That's the way God protect. He's such a wonderful person. He made such a perfect person when he made us human beings. It's just that we're not realizing it. And he made us that way because we were made to be in the sun. And of course, we go away from the sun, migrate to other countries, which didn't do us any good, except that we could live a better lifestyle. But the sun is what we needed, because that's why he prepared our body to be in the sun. And of course, we're lacking in that. And even when the same virus appeared on the scene, a lot of Black people were dying. And they were wondering, why is it that our race were dying out so much? Hispanic as well, or people of color, I should say. But they were wondering why the Black people were so affected by this virus. Of course, a lot of people started doing research, and I myself was wondering, because I was in London at the time, and I was curious, and I'm saying, well, my first thought, are they killing them off? What are they doing? Why are we so affected? I could see it in America, because a lot of people are very obese in America. But yes, but the trend isn't that so much in London. And a lot of, again, when you compare America to London, a lot of people live in such dreadfully rundown areas in America. They live in project which is not being looked after. There is infestation of all sorts, rats, cockroaches, everything. But in England, we never had that problem. So I'm thinking, and why are we dying more? And then it came that one scientist, thank God, put head together and said, it's a lack of vitamin D. And I'm thinking, well, why don't they, when they get the patients in, why don't they just put them on vitamin D straight away? Because since that was one of the causes, that's, of course, neglect play a big part as well. Don't play that they did not neglect a lot of our people. A lot of them was neglected. So vitamin D is very essential for our body. It plays a big role in our. Vitamin D is sunshine, they call it the sunshine vitamin, essential for various functions in your body, making sure your bone, teeth, and muscles stay healthy. The vitamin also helps to regulate other nutrients when you become deficient. The lack of vitamin D can present with painful symptoms, including lower back pain. Vitamin D deficiency targets around 1 in 5 Britons. The deficiency can even make prevent during the winter months, and your body might not be able to get enough of the vitamin from direct sunlight. Here are the warning signs to spot lack of this nutrient, which is obviously severe back problem, knee problem. You know, sometimes you're walking in London and it's cold and your knees start chattering. It's like it's playing musical bells otherwise. Again, is a lack of vitamin D. And a lot of us have got that. If you take a test, you'll find out what vitamin that you're short of. And the only way you can get this through your body, apart from sitting out in the sunlight all day, which is good, but obviously we can't all afford to sit in the sunshine all day long. So vitamin D tablets are good form of receiving this benefit, which essential vitamin. Vitamin D helps with various functions in your body, including immunity, heart health, and the sunshine vitamin also plays a role in absorbing phosphate from your diet. When your body uses these minerals, they keep the bones and teeth muscle healthy and strong. So when your body becomes deficient in vitamin D, these are some of the bodily function that will go wrong. And it will then increase your blood pressure, which is something that you don't want. Because when you're having pains like this, of course, it's going to target those areas. So again, something that's very important. Immune system, simple carbohydrate, plantain chips. But if you're going to eat plantain chips, then you have to dip them, because it's, again, plantain chips even good, but it has its bad ways too. So try not to consume too much unless you're going to do an avocado dip. So then you're getting your vitamin as well. So what you do when the avocado is ripe and you just make a dip with it, you can use mayonnaise, a little pepper, and then you just stir that up, mix that up until it's refined, and then that's your avocado dip. So you can avoid sugar in that. You can squeeze lemon juice, and that's enough to do. So we're going to have here 5 to 6 tablespoons of sugar in 1 cup of orange juice. Sugar suppress the immune system. So you must always watch what you eat, as well as sugar is also beneficial, as you can see. Boost the immune system, mushrooms, olive oil. Mushrooms, I noticed they're very expensive here, but there's nothing stopping us from growing our own because we've got the right weather for it. So we can grow our own mushroom. I know when I mentioned mushroom here once, somebody called it what I said, is drunk or something or another. And I said, no. I said, mushrooms are very beneficial for us. It's not fattening and it's got a lot of immune booster in mushrooms. Low vitamin level, leaky gut. Most people with cancer have low level of vitamin D. So here we are again, we are talking about cancers here. And most people who contract cancer has got a low level of vitamin D. Zinc is also very good, and you can get the zinc tablet. It can improve blood sugar contents, help lower cholesterol, reduce your risk of chronic diseases. Also, CMOS, what you call Irish moss here, is very important for your body. So don't neglect those CMOS. I remember my grandfather was a good person for things like that. I remember as a child growing up, he used to do make all the sea moss, Irish moss with linseed and isinglass. And we just didn't know how good these things were. It's later on as we grow in life, we travel, we go to places, we learn about our body contents. And ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that you know what your body is, what it's supposed to do, what it's not supposed to do. You can't be afraid of your body. God gave us this beautiful body not to be afraid of it. Yeah? It's not a spirit of fear, but knowing your body. You're the only one who will know your body even better than some doctors. And if you study your body, you should know what's going on in there. Ladies, you need to examine your breasts. Do so, most importantly, after a shower or bath, when you can feel the lumps much better. If there's a lump there, you got a husband, partner, whatever, he can also feel your breast to see if there's any unusual lumps. Because more times out of 10, it's a husband sometime who discover the breast there. Under the arm, look for the lymph node. Find out if they're lumpy, if anything is going on there. And it's important. It's important to do these things. Men, same thing, prostate cancer, testicle cancer. Feel your testicle, they're yours. Don't scorn your body. If God did give us a body to be scornful of, he wouldn't have bothered. Yeah, and we have this scornful mentality, and we've been indoctrinated into a false concept, and it is so wrong. You have to feel your testicles because you can get testicle cancer. But if you feel a lump and it's a pea size, you're stopping it in time. You rush to the doctor, and all these things can be stopped. All these things can be suppressed. But you have to have the courage to face that something can be wrong. Prostate cancer. I remember a friend of mine, I think it was in his 40s at the time, and he went to the doctor because he was urinating a lot. And his mother called him, she's a nurse also. And so when he went to the doctor said, "Oh, you're too young. We won't even bother do a test, you know." Some people go through that if you're drinking, probably it's the alcohol or whatever, and dismissed him. And then he said, "No, this is getting too much. He's urinating too much." Again, the doctor dismissed him. And his mother, as I said, Colin, she's a nurse. So he went there for the weekend, him and his wife, Anne. And his mom said, "Winston, why are you getting up so regular to go urinating?" And he said, "Mom, I don't know. I went to the doctor. I've checked it out twice." She said, "Okay, I'm taking you to my doctor." And which is a doctor we grew up with as child, because, you know, when we used to go, Winston and I grew up together. We went to nursery, we went to childminders together. And then him and my cousin Paul grew up and went to the same school. And his mother then said, "No, something is very wrong here." And she took him to the doctor that, as I said, we were registering at when we were children. And when he went to the doctor and they did the test, sure enough, he had prostate cancer. So it's important to know the signs to look for. Gentlemen, if you're getting up a lot, urinating, anything, in fact, that changes that you were never used to doing, you should always check it out. Urinating too much, not urinating enough, whatever the cause may be. And that's why I'm saying get familiar with your body. Know what the input or the output is of your own body and check it out as soon as you possibly can. Because thank God Winston was in tune with his body. Again, thank God that he went to his mother for that weekend. Thank God she's a nurse and she knew the signs. Diabetic can also change a lot of the system, like urinating and itchiness, because I remember when I came to Jamaica, and one of the time my sister, you know, my sister Lisa, she was the one that was looking at, running up and down, looking at property for me, and actually found this one. And so she was here a lot when I first moved here with me. And she was always scratching, and I'm saying, "Why are you scratching so much? And have you got an allergy?" And she said, "No, nothing she think of." I said, "Are you diabetic?" She said, "But I went to the doctor. They've never said I was diabetic." I said, "Go back." One of the signs of diabetes is scratching as well, because your blood sugar is up and down, which is what causes the itchiness. So again, it's an important factor. Know your body. It's important. So those are the things that we can do to watch out for. I'm going to turn to, again, things that we found here that I've gone through and done a lot of research. Believe me, I'm on research all the time, testing, corresponding with various people who I know who are doctors, but primary doctors are not doing the study as much as scientists. And it's a lucky thing that I have a list of these people on my list, and they do all these essential study. So again, we come up with guava leaf and the benefit. Simple guava leaf here, people. Something that we all, most people have a guava tree. If you don't have one, plant one. Guava leaf benefit helps in stopping diarrhea, number one. Two, help to reduce cholesterol levels. Three, helps in losing weight. Four, helps to manage blood sugar levels. Five, help to fight cancer. Six, help in food vision. Seven, improve visions. Seven, used for healing acne. Eight, helps improving your skin texture. What you do now, boil the guava leaves. The leaves of the guava are more beneficial than the fruit. Drinking a tea made by infusing guava leaves in boiling water may be helpful in treating diarrhea, cold and flu, lowering cholesterol, preventing diabetic, and it can even exhibit anti-cancer properties. So again, very important. The very guava leaves that we take for granted and always have, because we've always had these things. And what we have done, or old parents used to go by these things. But then what we've done, we've gone on to the Western world of medication. We go to the top, we go to the counter, we buy these tablets, we pop them, and we think, okay, the pain is gone, so these tablets are good. No, they're not good. Most time, even painkillers have side effects. And the side effect in some of these medication outweighs the benefit that they provide. You take one thing and you get another 11 complaints. Well, I wouldn't say that was good. A study in 197 women who experienced painful symptom found that they was taking 6 milligram of guava leaf extract daily, resulting in reducing pain intensity. It appeared to be even more powerful than some painkillers. Guava leaf extract is also thought to help uterine cramps. People suffering from diarrhea who drink guava leaf tea may experience less abdominal pain, fewer and less watery stool, and a quicker recovery. And the leaves root of the guava to a cup of boiling water. Strain the water and consume it on an empty stomach. So what more can we ask for? What more can we ask for, MFC family, than to know that people here in Jamaica has got all these things at their hand tips, and yet we tend to be ignoring it. What I want to do is each week bring up something, study something that we have right here, because I don't want you to be running to the pharmacy buying tablets that probably is no good for you in the first place. And half the medication that I've studied in this country is not the quality that they have in Europe or America. It's not as good. And you just get a cheaper version of some of the things that we get. And why? My own idea is that nobody hardly here have the money to sue these companies. So they know they will get away with it. So we have to be very mindful of what we take, what we put in our body, and knowing that I'm not saying abandon all medication. No, I'm just saying be mindful of them. And knowing that if you have an alternative that can help you better than something that's not helping any at all, then one would go after the thing that's more beneficial without these side effects. And by studying a lot of things here, a lot of plants that I'm studying at the moment, I'm learning too. I'm learning a lot by just studying the natural medication and medicine that's in our garden, grown in our garden. And if we can try to use some of those things, of course, I always say to everybody, whatever you're taking, especially if you're already on medication, always consult with your doctors first to make sure that nothing is overlapping something else that they've given you. I hope this has been beneficial to people, and whatever question one want to ask, you can always do so. And I hope to be giving you more tips in the future. So I say good night, God bless, stay safe, and check your body, please. It's very important.
God bless you. God bless you, Sister Donette. Before you go, just want to say thank you very much for this wonderful information. But as I listened to you this evening, I realized that you're saying that we must check ourselves, check our body, which is very important because a lot of us don't check ourselves when it comes on to our health. So you're quite right about that.
Thank you very much. It is important.
Yes.
And you're never too young, to do these things. As I said about my friend Winston, he was 40 when he was actually diagnosed with prostate cancer. He was turned away from several doctors because they said he was too young. They didn't even bother to examine him. And it's good that he knew that he wasn't supposed to be urinating so much.
Yes.
So it's important for us to keep in touch with our body.
Very
God
good.
give us this beautiful structure. It's up to us to look after it.
Take care of the body, because the Bible said if you destroy this body, him shall God destroy, because our body is a temple of the living God. And number
Yes.
two, what I drawn from you again is your mention about the guava leaf. Now, in Jamaica, we have so many guava tree growing all over in our
Yes.
backyards. And many of us don't know the use and importance of the guava leaf. As you said, it's bring healing for acne and
Mhm.
treatment for diarrhea and so many things. And I'm telling you, many of
Yeah.
us don't know. So we need to maintain our guava tree and make sure we do what we have to do. Because going to the doctor is good, but it's also good
Mhm.
when we know these things that can help us in everyday life.
Yes. The pharmaceutical company are making money, big money, out of giving us medications.
Yes.
And they like to keep us on these medications because that's their way of making money. And they're not telling you a lot of the truth about these medications. It's only now that you're seeing, because a lot of people are suing them, that you're seeing that they're warning people. If you look at the ads on the TV, they're telling you about 11 complaints that you will get from just taking one medication. And we've had always had these things. Our parents use these things. So it's up to us now to make use of all the things that we have. Next time I will be going through the mango leaves and how beneficial mango leaves itself. So don't just look at the mango tree anymore and just look at the fruit. The leaves are very important.
Thank you very much. I heard about that some time ago about the mango leaf. So everyone on board, those of you who are watching and those who will be watching later, remember to join Sister Donette, our healthcare worker, next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. And she'll be coming to you with spiritual first aid for your body, for your soul, and for your spirit. Thank you very much, Sister Donette. Have a good night,
You're
and we were
welcome.
happy to have you here tonight. And may the Lord bless you and give you strength as you go in Jesus Christ's name.
Amen. Thank you very much.
God bless you, my sister.
You too.
You have just listened to the voice of Sister Donette Matthew, healthcare worker, this and every Thursday at 8 p.m. sharp. Spiritual first aid for body, soul, and spirit. As they always said, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Remember, don't forget about the guava leaf. I need some guava leaf. Come on, you have that guava tree in the back of your yard there. Make full use of that guava leaf. Next week, Light Spear, you'll hear all about the mango leaf. Not just the mango, but the mango leaf. On Spiritual First Aid for Body, Soul, and Spirit. God bless you, God bless you. Let the word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. This is the MFC, Mission for Christ. We are on a mission to win.